Hi YouTube, today I'm playing The Freshman, Book 2, Chapter 8, which is titled The Hospital. You sit in the hospital's waiting room with James and Yasmin, the overhead fluorescents buzzing like flies. I can't believe it. He seemed fine earlier tonight. It's probably nothing, right? Just low blood sugar or something. It could be, or... Yasmin finishes speaking to the doctor nearby. She walks up to you and gives you a warning look. I'm sure the professor wouldn't want us discussing his sensitive medical information. Oh, of course. James, it sounds like they'll be keeping him for evaluation for a few days, but you can go talk to him now. I'd like that. Without another word, James walks down the hall toward Vasquez's room. Vasquez told me you're aware of his condition. Yes, and apparently so are you. It's my job to know these things. It affects my business. It's also my job to keep my clients happy, and that means keeping Vasquez's cancer private. Sounds like you have a sense of loyalty. I'm a businesswoman, but my word is my bond. I'll protect Vasquez's secret, and I hope you will too. But what about James? Doesn't he deserve to know? He deserves to hear it from Vasquez. Just then, James walks out, smiling wide. Based on the way he was berating the nurse, I'd say he's feeling a lot better. He says the doctor gave him a clean bill of health. They're just keeping him here as an extra precaution. Oh, great. He told me not to wait up. Should we head home? Sounds like a good idea. Yasmin shoots you one last stern glare before turning and leaving, her heels clicking on the hospital floor. A little later, you and James arrive back on campus. So, what now? I'm sure the party's over if you want to head back to my place and talk. I'm going to stop by Vasquez's office and pick up his laptop. If he goes more than a few hours without writing, he gets pretty cranky. Wait, you mean this whole time I've been seeing him in a good mood? Heh, exactly. James, are you okay? I'm sure it's nothing, it's just... Despite everything Vasquez told me, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Am I missing something here? For a moment, the world seems to stop, and you take a deep breath. You can tell me anything, you know that, right? You take another breath and remember what Professor Vasquez told you. Oh my god, how long have you known? Does Gabriella know? No, of course not. Does James? No, and you won't tell him. James, the truth is, I don't know. I guess we're both in the dark. Yeah. You're interrupted by the sound of soft clapping from nearby. Bravo, my father mentioned that you'd taken up acting in his last email, but I had no idea how good you were. Gabriella, what are you doing here? My father has me listed as his emergency contact. I was on the way to the hospital when he called and asked me to bring him a few things. Normally I would have told him to go to heck, but even I can't turn my back on him at a time like this. I'm confused. What's going on? Go on, Cinnamon. Tell him the truth, just like you should have told me the truth when you first found out. He must have wanted to make sure he didn't upset you with the baby coming and all. Too late for that. The cat's out of the bag. My dad told me everything. Now are you going to tell James or do I have to? James, Professor Vasquez, he has cancer. How bad is it? Terminal. So you've been lying to me this whole time. Oh no. I'll leave you two to sort this out. I'm going to see my father. Without another word, Gabriella trudges off to the parking lot. James watches, looking shell-shocked as she disappears into the distance. Cancer? I can't believe it. James, looking back, I should have told you sooner. You're right, you should have. But I can't change the past. I know. So where does this leave us? Please say something. What is there to say? You and Vasquez are the two most important people in my life at Hartfeld, and you've been lying to me for months. I thought you were one of my closest friends. I am. I wish I could believe you. James. Maybe it's better if we just don't hang out for a little bit. He turns and walks slowly into Vasquez's office, leaving you alone in the softly falling snow. You arrive back at your dorm to find your roommates cleaning up after the party. There you are. We were worried. Is Vasquez? He's okay. For now. Oh, Cinnamon, come here. Zach pulls you in for a big hug. Okay, you're clearly in need of some serious sweet mate TLC. Ice cream? You curl up on the couch. Over the next hour, you tell your friends everything. He told me to keep it a secret. He even threatened to revoke my scholarship. I wish I could say I'm surprised. Gabriella looks so hurt, and I would be too. Imagine if some random girl kept your dad's cancer secret. But it wasn't your secret to tell. Wasn't it? And James basically dumped me as a friend. Don't worry, I'm sure he's just hurt. He'll forgive you eventually. I wouldn't be so sure. A cerebral guy like that, he could hold on to that kind of betrayal for years. Tyler, we're supposed to be cheering her up. Oops, my bad. Can we talk about something else? Like Caitlin. What happened with Arjun? Huh? Nothing happened. We hung out for a bit, shared some memories, and he eventually took off. So you didn't tell him? It didn't come up. And what about you, Chris? How's the presidential campaign coming? I guess I better start figuring that out. I can't wait to see the look on Sebastian's face when I beat him. Soon you're lost in conversation and almost able to forget your talk with James. I actually had a great time at the party. I spent like an hour listening to Edgar and Layla argue about the definition of organic. It was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. They almost had a physical fight. And I totally saw Logan and Trip thumb wrestling up on the roof. As the night winds down, your friends all head to bed. Just remember, we've got your back, always, even if other people don't. Thanks. As everyone else goes to sleep, Caitlin sits on the couch next to you. It's going to be okay. You know that, right? Do I? She wraps her arms around you, pulling you in tight. What can I do to make you feel better? I think I just need to be alone. I totally get it. She leans in closer for one last hug. Good night, Cinnamon. I'm sure everything will be okay. The next morning, this one. This outfit is totally awesome. You head to the coffee shop with Zach and Tyler. No matter how sad you're feeling, a warm drink always helps. Yeah. Any word from James? You check your phone and open your text log with James. Oh, heck no. Do not tell me you're going to text him right now. Trust me, a guy like James needs space. I don't know. It couldn't hurt to reach out. I'm going to text him. You quickly text James. Really sorry. You doing okay? You wait for a response. And wait even longer. He's not texting back. I think I feel even worse now. I didn't realize this was possible. Sorry, Cinnamon. Justin Brandon walks up to Zach holding a drink. Here's a latte for my little coffee bean, and some cocoa for Cinnamon. Guess I'd better enjoy the perks of dating a barista while I can. Oh, don't be like that. I'm going to be off in Peru for a few months. You'll survive. And anyway, it's our month anniversary tomorrow. We should be planning something special. Who says I'm not? I get off at 6 tomorrow night. You better be here to pick me up. We'll see. Maybe we'll get lucky. I like the sound of that. Brandon heads back to the counter as you shoot Zach a look. Hey, is everything okay? I don't know. The truth is I've never done the long distance thing before. I don't even know if I can do it. I'm sure you guys will be okay. You're an awesome couple. Thanks. Well, anyway, I should probably figure out what we're doing for month anniversary, right? I thought you guys were joking about that. Month anniversaries aren't a real thing, are they? They totally are a real thing. Wait a second, what day of the month did you and Abby finally make it official? No comment. It's today, isn't it? Theoretically, yes. But there's no rule saying I have to do something special, right? Sure, just like Abby doesn't have to keep dating you. Is it getting stuffy in here? My palms are sweating. I'm panicking, Cinnamon. What do I do? Tyler, I'll help you plan something special. Awesome. Don't worry, buddy. I've got your back. Now here's what we're going to do. Later that evening. Quick, get up on the roof. We only have a few more minutes to get everything ready for Abby. I'll stay down here to wait for her. Right on it. You scurry up to the rooftop where Caitlin and Zach are arguing. Red roses are the definition of cliche. What's next? Champagne and strawberries? They're cliche for a reason. Nobody looks at orchids and thinks romance. You turn to Chris, who's quietly organizing a plate of cookies in the corner. They've been arguing over those for the last 10 minutes. Cinnamon, tell Caitlin that orchids are ugly and that we should use roses for the centerpiece. Cinnamon, tell Zach that orchids aren't ugly and that roses are a lame cliche. You look at Chris again. He shrugs. Okay, well, you should use roses. I'm with Zach on this one. You can't go wrong with the classic. Zach puts his bouquet into the vase triumphantly. Told you, majority rules. Humph. You're just mad because your girlfriend didn't side with you. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm. You cut her off with a quick kiss. Okay, I forgive you. Tyler pokes his head in. Guys, Abby just texted me. She's gonna be back in just a minute. Everyone hide. You and Zach hide behind the couch. I hear footsteps. Just then you hear the sound of the door to the suite open. What do I do? Wait. You can hear Abby and Tyler's muffled voices from the suite. Come on, get her up here. Finally, the door to the roof opens. What do I do? Shout surprise! 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 Oh my gosh, you guys. So what's the occasion? It's our month anniversary. Our what? We got together a month ago today. Oh, Tyler, you didn't have to do anything. Tyler shoots Zach a look. But I'm so glad you did. Tyler leads Abby over to the table and pulls out the chair for her. After you, my dear. Welcome to the Cafe de Hartfeld. Here's our menu for tonight. You hand Abby a handmade menu detailing a 3-course dinner. Oh, did you really get all this for me? Well, I had a little help. She leans in to kiss him. You just earned some major boyfriend points. Major. Up first is a vegetable risotto with a side of sautéed Brussels sprouts. Did you guys cook this? Definitely. If it tastes exactly like the food from our French restaurant down the street, that's a complete coincidence. For the next course, champagne and strawberries. Seriously? These are amazing. Well, I guess I could be wrong about cliches. Finally, the meal's over. Abby blots at her eyes with a napkin. Abby, is everything okay? It's just this is like the nicest thing that anyone has ever done for me. She gets up and walks toward Tyler. She gives him a massive hug. Soon they're kissing deeply. I think we might want to get out of here before this gets PG-13. You and your friends head downstairs, leaving Tyler and Abby to enjoy the rest of their month anniversary in private. A few days later, you and your sweetmates are all hanging out at your place. Still no word from James, huh? Sounds like it's a good night for distraction. Like watching TV until my eyes bleed? Sign me up. Oh nice, I can't believe I spaced on this. It's Warriors vs. Cavs tonight. This is gonna be good. Sounds perfect to me. We are not missing the season premiere of The Crown and the Flame because of some stupid sports ball match. I'm with Abby. Smart man, looks like it's 2 against 2. What do you think, Cinnamon? Wait, shouldn't Caitlin weigh in on this? She has lots of opinions. I think she's upstairs, taking a phone call from Arjun. Wait, what? Doesn't that mean she still hasn't told him that she's... Just then Caitlin walks in. Guys, I just got off the phone with Arjun, and I kind of told him we could hang out. You mean like a date? What? No, he distinctly said hang out. Yeah, that's a date. This could get awkward. Find out what happens when Caitlin and Arjun hang out in the next chapter. So I'll see you guys then. Chapter 9, Just Friends. You and your sweetmates gather around the table, staring at Caitlin in shock. Caitlin, if you knew he might be into you, why would you agree to hang out with him? I don't know, I thought he meant hang out, not hang out. Shoot, what am I going to do? I think the easiest thing at this point would be to just marry the guy. Zach! Seriously not helping. Guys, back to me. What do I do? It's simple. Just tell Arjun you have the stomach flu. Seriously, a stomach flu is messy. No way he'll still want to take you out. 1, you Cinnamon. 2, Arjun's really sweet and I don't want to lie to him. I just don't want to hurt his feelings. Sorry, Caitlin, but unless you go with Zach's idea, there's really no way to avoid it. Ugh, I'm so screwed. Well, hey, maybe not. Maybe not? Arjun asked you to hang out, but he didn't specify where or with how many other people. That's a great idea. Me and Tyler were going to go ice skating tomorrow, but we can put it off. Tyler, you genius, I could totally kiss you right now. But don't. Definitely don't do that. Brandon was going to come over, but I'll tell him to meet up with us instead. I'm free. Sounds like roommate bonding day to me. I'm in. Oh, you guys are the best sweetmates girl could ask for. Get over here. Caitlin throws her arms out and scoops you all into a group hug. Now let's talk evasion tactics for Operation Let's Lie to Arjun. Can we call it something else? Isn't this more about you coming out to Arjun and not avoiding telling your family forever? Alright, fine. What about Operation Just Friends? That has a nice ring to it. Everybody nods in agreement. Okay, settled. Operation Just Friends commences at 7 o'clock. PM? That's definitely a date. That should have been your first clue. Yeah, I get it. I'm oblivious to typical dating cues. It doesn't matter. We've got a lot of paying to do. Let's get rolling. You and your sweetmates stand outside Schmidt's Bar and Grill in downtown Hartfeld. You guys, I don't think I can do this. Seriously, what if Arjun really is into me? How am I going to turn him down? You pull Caitlin into a tight hug, smoothing her hair down as you gently comfort her. Caitlin, everything's going to be fine. This is why we came up with this whole plan. You pull back and look into her eyes. And I'll be there for you every step of the way. Caitlin takes a deep breath and then smiles. Okay, coming out to Arjun. It's just Arjun. I can totally do this. You loop one of your arms for Caitlin's, then gesture for Abby to take the other. Let's do this thing. You walk into the dimly lit dive bar and immediately spot Arjun. He smiles when he sees Caitlin, but a look of confusion crosses his face as he takes in the rest of the group. He does not look too happy to see us. You walk up to the bar. Chris pats Arjun on the back and grins at him. Hey man, how's it going? It's good. Caitlin? Hey Arjun, so glad you called to hang out. I've been needing some friend time lately. I hope you don't mind that I invited to the game. No, not at all. Any friends of Caitlin's are friends of mine. You'll grab drinks and head off to one of the corner booths in the bar. Arjun slides in on one side of Caitlin, and you slip into the booth on her other side. So Caitlin, I've been meaning to ask. Caitlin inhales sharply. What were your favorite classes you took last quarter? I've got a few elective spots I'm looking to fill. Caitlin breathes out a sigh of relief. You know what class I loved? Queer cinema. We had that together last quarter, didn't we, Caitlin? Hey Zach, you still owe me a rematch from the last time we played pool. I'm cashing in. I'll come too. I saw you play last time, Tyler. You might need some backup. As Zach, Tyler, and Abby head over to the nearest pool table, an awkward silence looms over the booth. My favorite course was art for art's sake. For my final project, I just dumped a can of SpaghettiOs on myself and sang the Patty Duke version of Ohio. I got an A+. My favorite class was probably art appreciation. And speaking of, Chris nods over to his shoulder at a pretty redhead girl who just walked into the bar. Talk about a work of art. Man, if I wasn't so busy with this campaign at school, I'd be over there making my move right now. Guess it's up to you, Arjun, for the both of us. Arjun glances at the redheaded girl and smiles sheepishly. She is pretty, but she's not really my type. I like girls with darker hair. Almost imperceptibly, Caitlin grimaces. You think back to the plan you all came up with the night before. You drain the rest of your drink and set the glass on the table. Hey, Caitlin, would you mind getting me another drink? Of course. Chris, come with me? Sure thing. Caitlin and Chris take their leave, and you turn toward Arjun. So, Arjun, you've known Caitlin a really long time. Are you excited you guys are going to school together now? Totally. It's been forever since I've seen Caitlin, and there's definitely something different about her from back when I knew her. Different? Different how? I don't really know. She seems more sure of herself than when we were younger. There's something attractive about that kind of confidence. You mean attractive in, like, a hot way? Like, every time I see her, I want to rip her clothes off with my teeth? I don't know if I put it like that exactly. Arjun looks over to the bar where Chris and Caitlin are ordering and smiles to himself. But I am looking forward to getting to know better the woman that she's becoming. I see. Are you dating anyone, Cinnamon? You glance over at Chris and Caitlin at the bar. There is someone. Oh yeah, well I want to hear all about him. You chuckle to yourself. Unfortunately for you, Arjun, I don't kiss and tell. Just as Chris and Caitlin arrive back at the table, Caitlin sets a drink in front of you and gives you a smile. What were you guys talking about? Just a little relationship gossip. I was just telling Cinnamon that something seems different about you since I've seen you here at Hartfeld. Oh, really? There's a pause while you and Chris wait to see what Caitlin will say next. She starts to speak, then stops herself. Then she sighs. Well, you know, college and all that. I guess that's why they call these the formative years of our lives. I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess so. Excuse me, guys. Arjun gets up and heads to the bathroom. Immediately, Tyler, Zach, and Abby run back to the booth. Is my quarantine at the pool table over yet? I promise I'll be a good boy. Shh! Cinnamon, Caitlin, what did we miss? What you missed was Caitlin totally chicking out. She had the perfect opportunity to tell him, and she didn't say anything. That's not true. It didn't even come up. There's something different about you, is your idea of the subject not coming up? Well, when you say it like that. You take Caitlin's hand and kiss the back of it. She smiles at you, but looks around the room warily all the while. I just want us to be able to be together. I know, me too. When did this get so messy? I hate to say it, but I think today's the day. You have to tell Arjun. Caitlin stares at the table. Her eyes pool up with tears. Cinnamon, it's not that easy. Actually, it's terrifying. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that Caitlin should be honest with the guy. And I'm just saying that sometimes honesty isn't the best policy. You guys. So what, Caitlin's supposed to just lie to her family and close friends forever? No, but maybe she's a legitimate reason for not wanting to tell him now. I need some air. She gets up and stomps off toward the exit. Arjun looks confused as Caitlin brushes past him. Did I miss something? Just a lady emergency. I'm gonna go see if she needs anything. You slide out of the booth and follow Caitlin outside. You find her into the alley next to the bar, leaning against the brick wall with her head in her hands. Caitlin? She looks up at the sound of your voice. Caitlin, I'm so sorry. She smiles weakly at you. It's okay, Cinnamon. I know I've been wishy-washy about this whole thing, but you get why, right? Actually, I don't really get it. You told me before that you were different before you came to Hartfeld, and even Arjun can see how different you are now. Why don't you want to share who you really are with the people you love the most? Because what if they hate who I really am? Do you hate it? Of course not. I've never felt more free, more myself since I came to Hartfeld. And no parent or childhood friend would ever fault you for that. Caitlin wipes her nose on her sleeve and smiles a little to herself. You wrap her in a hug. I'm sorry I pushed so hard, Caitlin. You wait as long as you need to. Yeah, but no matter what, I do need to tell Arjun soon. Even if it hurts his feelings, it wouldn't be as bad as letting this drag on for longer. Atta girl. You give her one last squeeze before you let her go. So, I don't mean to be insensitive, but I've been dying to get you alone all day. Oh really? Why's that? You step closer to her until her back is up against a brick wall. Listening to Arjun talk about how amazing you are just made me want you more. Before Caitlin can speak, you swoop in and kiss her deeply. You put her hands on her lower back, pulling her hips toward you. Cinnamon, we should... Your hands travel lower. You squeeze her tight and she whimpers against your kiss. I'm sorry, did you say something? We should... You kiss her neck while you drag your nails lightly down her sides. You hear a door open and Abby's voice call out, Cinnamon, Caitlin, are you two out here? You giggle and give Caitlin one last kiss before you back away. I guess we should get back in there. Yeah, everyone's probably wondering where we are. She grins at you. But thanks, Cinnamon, I am feeling a whole lot better about this mess. Anytime. Abby rounds the corner and spots the two of you. You guys need to come back inside. It got awkward and now Zach's about to tell the story of our first night in the suite. The game of True for Truth? Nope, that is so not happening. The three of you run back inside, just as Zach is starting to talk about the game you all played on your first night at Hartfield. Zach, shut it. Come on guys, it's a fun story. The first time we all bonded as suitemates. Kellen points a finger at his chest. What happens on the roof, stays on the roof. Just then, Brandon walks into the bar. He waves at you all and starts to head over. Phew, saved by the boo. As soon as Brandon reaches the table, he wraps Zach up in a hug and kisses him repeatedly on the head. Hello to you too. What's gone into you? I can't miss you while I'm at work. Plus, I want to remember exactly how you smell when I leave to study abroad. Zach, this is your boyfriend? The group turns to look at him. Caitlin's cheeks redden. Yeah, aren't they adorable? You two do make a handsome couple. I didn't realize when I met you at the cast party that you were together. But now that I think about it, it does make a lot of sense. Everyone at the table breathes a sigh of relief. Everyone except Caitlin, who looks like she's been holding her breath forever. Glad to know you have a good taste, Arjun. I like us as a couple, too. Zach stretches up to give Brandon a quick kiss. I'd like to have a relationship that awesome. I guess I need to meet someone first. But where would I ever find the perfect girl? Arjun grins. When he looks over at Caitlin, his face falls. Her face is bright red. Caitlin, are you? I'm gay. Everyone goes silent, looking back and forth between Caitlin and Arjun. What? I'm a lesbian. I like girls. I'm so sorry, Arjun. This isn't how I wanted to tell you, but I had to get it out. Wow. Arjun looks around wide-eyed at the rest of you. And I assume you all knew about this already? Yeah, we did. Everyone but me. But it's only because she was scared. Your families are super close. Caitlin was just worried about it getting back to them. I swear, Arjun, I wanted to tell you. Arjun is quiet for a moment, and then he sighs. It's okay, Caitlin. I get it, especially with how traditional your parents are. Seriously, you have no idea how relieved I am. So you're not mad? Honestly, I am a little. I'm mad that you didn't trust me enough to tell me sooner. I know you've gotten really close with your friends here, but I've known you since we were little kids. Do you think I'd forget all that for something like this? Not to mention the fact that you've dragged all your friends here as a buffer. It's not exactly like that. Yeah, then what's it like? It's kind of exactly like that. Arjun evenly finishes his drink. I'm just gonna go back to my dorm. I'll see you guys later. Arjun slides out of the booth and your friends part to let him through. Arjun! He pauses and looks back at her. Don't worry, Caitlin, I won't tell anyone back home. He walks out the door without another look back. That couldn't have gone any worse. I don't know, I think it went okay. Look on the bright side. Arjun's not into you anymore. He didn't throw a drink in your face. No one's on fire. Caitlin groans. You guys have a point. I know it all looks bad now, but there are a lot of ways this could have gone way worse. I guess that's true. He did say he wouldn't tell my parents, and he didn't cry or anything. I don't think I could take it if he cried. Guys, why don't you meet us back at the suite? Everyone takes turns giving Caitlin a hug before leaving the bar. As they walk away, you turn and grab Caitlin by the shoulders. Hey, you'll be okay. I promise. I'm going to make it my personal mission to cheer you up, okay? You know what you need? You need a tub of ice cream. Caitlin groans. I feel like I've eaten nothing but ice cream this week. Okay, but you know what you haven't eaten all week? Cake. I'm listening. There's a grocery store down the street. Let's go get everything we need to bake a congrats on coming out to Arjun cake. You had me at cake, but you lost me at baking. You roll your eyes. Let's go get everything I need to bake a cake. Perfect. You go to the store to pick up the supplies for Caitlin's cake before heading back to the suite. When you and Caitlin get back to the suite, Chris is in the dining room alone, hunched over a stack of papers at the table. Big test coming up? These school bylaws are so frustrating I almost wish I was studying. Getting ready for the race, Mr. President? Starting to. What's all that? He points at the bag in Caitlin's hands. Just a little something to help Caitlin feel better. Your conversation is interrupted by a knock on the door. Chris answers the door. What do you want? You look up and see Sebastian standing in the doorway grinning. Tisk, Manners, aren't you going to invite me in? No way. Everyone knows once you've invited a vampire in, they can come back whenever they want. Too bad you've invited me inside before. He slips inside and Chris begrudgingly closes the door behind him. Yeah, our mistake. Why are you here, Sebastian? The school president position, of course. You don't think I'm here because I enjoy your company, do you? What about the president position? Well, you see, Chris, before you decided to campaign for it, I was the only candidate. And I must admit, I prefer it that way. Sebastian reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out his checkbook. Are you seriously trying to bribe Chris? That's despicable. Chris doesn't need your dirty money. Excuse us, this is a conversation between me and Chris. What do you say, Chris? How much will it take? I'm not taking anything from you. I can't let you drop out of the race for free. My integrity won't allow it. I'm not dropping out of the race at all. I see. Sebastian tucks his checkbook back into the coat pocket, while you, Caitlin, and Chris glare at him. Then you choose to lose honorably. Or maybe he won't lose at all. Charming. Foolish, but charming. Sebastian opens the door and turns to speak to you over his shoulder. The campaign begins tomorrow. I hope you're ready. I have a few surprises in store for you. And with that, he leaves. How will Chris fare on the campaign trail? Find out in the next chapter when the presidential race begins. And that's it for... Oh my god. That's it for today, guys. Chapter 9 is complete. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and leave a comment down below. Bye, guys.